لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا بالقاسم المصطفى محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين، لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين. عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف وجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره. In this session, inshallah, we want to discuss what wise usage of internet would require when it comes to, communication and speech and things like this. This is a very important issue, and I'm sure you all have been thinking about this. Yesterday also we had a little conversation about this with brothers about the significance of being alert and how new technology imposes itself into our relations. What I want to share with you is something that, with the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and help of some brothers and sisters, I presented in a conference we had in Oxford with Protestant Christians. And inshallah, in April we are going to have the book launch for this book. So just a few days ago the date and venue were fixed. The presentation which I had is online about introduction to Islamic e-ethics. Also recently for Academy for Learning Islam, I had 2 sessions on that, so I did a little bit expanded on that. So now I will try to share with you some aspects of this paper, inshallah. I will try to finish soon so that we can have discussion. In the paper, we have first something about Islamic theory of ethics. As you know, no action in which we have somehow a role to play, any voluntary action. No action is falling outside the realm of ethics. Any action that you do voluntarily, or you at least can voluntarily bring some change to it. For example, breathing happens naturally, but we can stop breathing and get suffocated. Ethics comes and says you should not stop breathing and commit suicide. So maybe something we don't start it voluntarily, but still with, or for example, your hair grows naturally. Whether you want it or not, you like it or not, you are aware of it or not, your hair grows. But how to look after your hair, or hijab, these things these are things that you have a role to play. So something can, all of it be done by us, like to talk, to go somewhere. Something can naturally happen, but still we have a space to do something voluntarily. All these things come under ethics, plus what we can do with our qualities of the soul and the habits. So there is no single thought or action or intention or expression that can be ignored. من يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره. Can you imagine smaller than مثقال? There's nothing smaller than, because they say مثقال ذرة is like dust that you see when there is a dark, for example, corridor. If you have gone to some old places, there is dark corridor, for example, and light is coming. You see there are lots of, like, it's not even dust, it's smaller than dust. You see it's going around. That is like مثقال ذرة. So من يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره. And amal includes even intention, thinking, yeah? So everything is important. Plus, everything is written, registered, fully and permanently. Everything that we do is registered. Nowadays, it's easier for us to understand, because now, for example, you see emails that you have communicated 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they are all there. Yeah? Even if you delete it from your account, but they have it. They can. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's record keeping is, of course, much more, but now you can better understand how everything can be. Or for example, you erase your memory card from computer by mistake or accident, then there are some companies that bring it back. So it seems nothing is permanently erased. Everything is registered. No matter where we had them, whether it was private or public, in our hearts or in the physical world or in the virtual world, offline, online. Even if you do something offline, it's registered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maybe you have not posted it, but Allah knows that you have spent this much time on this. Whether you attached significance to it or not. Sometimes maybe for you something you do is not important, but for Allah's system, everything that you do is important, because you are important. We don't understand our own significance. Every moment of our life is important, so it's registered how you used your moment. There are also many different witnesses that bear witness. For example, angels, our own organs. قالوا لجلودهم لما شهدتم علينا قالوا أنطقنا الله الذي أنطق كل شيء. Even your skin, your finger, your eyes, your ear, all will bear witness, and then they give their testimony. Plus, your own action will be present. Yeah, you would also see your action. Not only there are witnesses, your own action is also visible. Also, we believe that for everything we have to be answerable. We don't do anything, we don't make any decision unless we are going to answer why you did this or you didn't. I have some more details here about the significance of youth, but to make it short, I go on. Now, although the way an action takes place and the outcomes that follow are very important. What do you do and what results it had? And most of the systems in the world stop here. Judiciary systems, moral systems, they stop here. They say, what did you do? What impact it had on yourself and other people? Yeah, when they take you, for example, to the court, or they want to give you prize, what do? They look at the physics of action and the results. And by results, they mean results that they can see. Okay? But when it comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's judging, is much more than this. Because not only the results are seen in a comprehensive way, maybe something you do in the next few years has not that much results, but after many years the results come. Allah knows all the results. For example, a scholar has written a book 1,000 years ago. Now after many generations, somehow, maybe not even reading his book, but somehow we can be learning from him. Allah knows all that. Yeah, maybe a student of him taught this to someone, and that person wrote a book, and that book was used by another writer. Maybe no one can trace it back, but Allah knows all that. Or na'udhu billah, if we do something bad, so maybe I have a student, I damage that student's honor, then he has a problem, then he treats his wife badly, then they have divorced and affects the children, then the children have children. You don't know how much damage you might have caused. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't just look at the action and the immediate results. He looks at the action, results, plus what happens before the action. For example, you gave money to a poor person and you saved his life. Okay. What was your intention? In no court in dunya they will ask about your intention, because they don't have any way to examine. And it doesn't matter, whatever was your intention, they see the action and the result. You have fed one person, mashallah. They cannot go to the intention. But we not only go to the intention, we go even before intention. For example, how much alertness you had. Maybe you were not very much conscious, you were tired and sleepy, and someone said, you just going to take this and go. But when you think about it more, you may not do this. Or was it for you easy to do this or difficult to do this? For example, you do something for your parents. It's not just important that you do this. It's not just important that you have good intention. Do you do it with ease, or you think this is a pain? Even this is important. If someone does something for someone with love or with pain, it's big difference. Sometimes we do things, for example, a man is working to earn halal for his family, or a mother is working at home. Niyyah is also good, but in their heart they are not happy. They curse themselves, why I'm doing this? I have no choice, I have to do it. Okay, you are doing this, at least have good approach to it. Do it with joy, with happiness. It has different, reward for you. Plus, I believe even it changed the action. Yeah? If I prepare food for you, but while preparing, I was cursing you, or I was praying for you, or I was, showing this as a kind of love, the food has different impact on you and on me. So it's very important what happens even before intention. So I have mentioned here a few things. One's alertness. Yesterday we had this discussion. To be alert means you are functioning as a human being. The less alert we are, the less human we become. Even alertness of animals is not enough, because animals are alert, but they are not self-conscious. They know that, for example, this is a mouse and this cat says I have to go and catch this mouse, but doesn't do this consciously. So if you ask a cat, what are you doing? What would the cat say?
I don't know.
Pardon?
I don't know.
Meow.
It's instinctive. It's not led by thought. It instinctively does what it knows.
Yes. So if you ask a cat, what are you doing? He would say, ask me later. Because I don't know what I am doing. I am just going after this. My instinct is triggered by seeing this mouse. I don't know what I am doing. Yes? Many times we operate in that level. For example, I am at home studying. I go to the fridge, see something, take it, just like a cat. I don't, really think, should I take it, I shouldn't take it. I see something delicious, I catch it. If you ask me how many things you took from fridge today, say a lady went to doctor and said, I don't eat anything, even when I bring meals for my husband and children, I don't eat, I don't have appetite. But I don't know why I'm putting on weight. Doctor said, you don't eat anything? I said, no, I only just taste the food, when I'm cooking, I only taste. So okay, tomorrow, instead of tasting, just put what you used to taste in a plate. So it's a big plate, because tasting rice, tasting curry, salad, drinks, all it. So sometimes we don't know how much we are eating. I heard about Allama Tabatabai that he used to take everything that he wanted to eat at the beginning. Take your plate, see how much you want to eat, and that's it. But we take one plate, and when we have finished that, so that we don't feel embarrassed, we take one more plate. Then we take another. If we see all of the things that we have eaten, we wouldn't have eaten that much. Many times, I'm not saying all the time. So we have to be as much as possible alert, conscious. For everything we do, we have to have a reason. If you have eaten 10 spoons of rice or 11 spoons of rice, there must be a reason for that. But we are not like that. normally we eat that much that we cannot eat more. Why you have eaten this much? Because I couldn't eat more. There is no real reason why we have eaten this much. Just because we couldn't eat more. We eat as much as we feel, it's bad now to eat more. So, this is with many of the things that we do. We develop habits and do things, or we do it by instinct. Human beings, first of all, have been given less instincts than animals. Animals may have stronger instincts than us. For example, most of animals, just by instinct, know how to make their home. But we cannot make a home by instinct. In some countries, they do things by instincts. You see what happens. So, we have to learn. One of ulama was saying, no, for example, animal baby gets poisoned. They don't wash things, they don't have, laboratory, but they don't get poisoned because by instinct, even looking at the plants, they realize this mushroom is poisoned or this is not poisoned. Yeah? But we don't understand these things. So, because we are given aql, because we can learn, we can make experience, we can communicate, so Allah has given us less instincts. Okay? But even those instincts that we have, like for example, we have instinct for eating. You don't need someone to tell you that you have to eat. You become hungry and you want to eat. But still, before doing something, there must be a checkpoint. My instinct is pushing me in this direction. Should I go by my instinct or I should stop? This is about any kind of desires or pressures. So, to be alert, to be conscious, and to be aware. Ma'rifah. Ma'rifah is very important. We have hadith that if you have no consciousness in your salat, value goes very down. Plus, if you have no ma'rifah, value goes down. For example, for consciousness, there is a hadith in Man la yahduruhu al-faqih. Shaykh al-Saduq rahmatullah alayh in Man la yahduruhu al-faqih quotes from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saying to Imam Ali, "O Ali, God does not accept the prayer of a heart which is heedless. O Ali, a sleeping of a knowledgeable person is better than worship of a worshipper." A sleeping of a knowledgeable person, nawmul alim or nawmatul alim, is better than ibadatul abid.
What's a heedless?
In ghafla, when your heart is not present. O Ali, 2 rak'ah of prayer of a learned person is better than 100 rak'ah prayer of a worshipper. If you have abid, to be abid is important. Someone who is abid means his job is only ibadah. He doesn't do any haram, he doesn't waste his time, he's an abid. But if this abid has no ilm, And there is someone who has ilm. That even sleeping is better than praying. Or little praying of him is better than much prayer of that person. So in Islamic evaluation system, the ma'rifah of the agent is also very important. So we don't just look at the action and results. We look at how alert that person was, how knowledgeable that person was, and also motivation. What was his motivation? What was his reason for doing something? Yes, it's very important. You cannot say everyone who doesn't run away is brave. When enemies come, if those who are not brave, they run away. But you cannot say anyone who doesn't run away is brave. There is a joke. They say,
Too frozen.
pardon?
Too scared.
Yes. They say, of course, I hope no one is offended. They say one of the Iranian kings went to visit a military base, and there were many soldiers. So he said, whoever doesn't fear his wife should come one step forward.
It's not a joke.
Pardon? So, sorry, whoever fears his wife should come one step forward. So everyone came one step forward, except one person. So he said, at least we have one brave soldier in this base. So he was very impressed, and said, come forward. He said, I cannot come because she has broken my leg. So it's not that everyone who doesn't run away is brave, maybe. So intention, motivation is very important. Some people don't run away from enemy because they are spies of enemy. Some of the people who are shouting against enemy, they are paid by enemy. You have to be considering all different factors. So there are many things that happen before actually doing something, which for us are very important. You cannot say what is the value of action just by looking at what is done or the results. First of all, you cannot know all the results. Allah knows what results are going to unfold. But even if you know the results, 100 people are fed, 100 people are educated, we don't know the value. We have to go back, see what happened in the mind and heart of that person. Okay? Sometimes what happens there makes an action so important that we say ضربة علي يوم الخندق أفضل من عبادة الثقلين. Because that zarba came from a person who was 100% sincere, pure, had ma'rifah, had no expectation, didn't want to be praised, didn't want to be thanked. And it came in a critical time. And Allah knows what's going to come out of this and what happened before this. We only look at a little part of it. So, we have to be very careful about all the things that happen in us. Unfortunately, there's a big contrast between the way the world is run and what Islam and even other spiritual schools say. Today in the world, most, if not all, attention goes outside you. Yeah? Problems, solutions, all are outside. But in Islam, most of the things happen inside. In today's world, if you want success, it's a matter of what you do outside. Islam, if you want success, it's a matter of what you do inside. It's not in the sense of you forget outside, but success is written here. Yeah? If you want to have success, no one can stop you. So this is why it's very important to have always ma'rifatun nafs, muhasabatun nafs, muraqabatun nafs, because the key for success is here. If we manage things here properly, we can also solve the problems there outside. I had recently 2 lectures about sincerity. In one of them I mentioned this, that the key for success is given to everyone. Your key for success is not in some people's hands, it's in your hand. We have hadith which says, Man abadallah, abadallahu lahu kulla shay. If you serve Allah, Allah makes everything at your service. Or Lady Fatima says, Man as'ada ila Allah khalisa ibadatihi ahbatallahu ilayhi afdala maslahatihi. If you send your sincere ibadah to sky, Allah will send the best of maslahah for you. So, we should be contemplative people. I am not saying don't pay attention to the world, but I'm saying don't lose your focus, because the main things happen here. Yes? Even how much you are going to enjoy, it's not all because of what is available outside. It's mostly what is inside. 2 people go to the same retreat. They have the same experiences. One of them enjoys, one of them is frustrated. 2 people eat the same food. One enjoys, one says, it was not good. Because pleasure, pain is not only by what is outside, it's by your way of handling that. So, the more alert and self-conscious the agent is, or the more knowledgeable the agent is, can add to the value of the action. Then I have discussion here about habits and about what should we do in developing habits. And there are many things, but I think I should wait to listen to your comments. So maybe I just say a few points and stop. When it comes to using internet, unfortunately there is a misconception that we think this is not real or very real. We think that as if it is just a game or something not very serious. Yeah? While that's a real world. Whatever you do is not just something that is in your mind. It's real. It has impact on many people. It's registered. It's going to remain. And actually, in some aspects, it's more serious than the ordinary circumstances. Because, for example, now I am talking to you. It's very easy. Because I know you, I trust you. I know you don't, misjudge me. If you have questions, you come and ask me. But as soon as you say this is going to be live or put online, then I should become more concerned. Who is going to listen? Is it friend? Is it enemy? Is it knowledgeable? Is it ignorant? What are they going to do this? Are they going to bring it out of context? Do they have the background? So when you do something which is going to be put online, should be taken much, much more seriously. But unfortunately, this is not normal. So for example, if you tell a person that we want you to speak in a community, they take it less seriously than we say, we have a, for example, a live program, can you come? But it should be the other way around. Not every person should dare putting things on internet, on behalf of Islam or giving lectures, because it's very, very difficult. Many times in Hose, after giving lecture, I ask the students, I say, do you think this lecture was okay to be put online or not? Because sometimes we have, qawaid fiqhiyya, these type of issues. So I ask the students, and if they say it's okay, I put, but still I am worried, because I say, because maybe they are my students, they're kind, We have to be always worried. Even sometimes I think, maybe something today is okay, but God knows what is going to be the issue 20 years later. Maybe the joke I told you now, after 20 years, become a crime. I don't. So we have to be very careful. Of course, we cannot stop talking, but I'm saying just don't underestimate the work. We have to work. We cannot stop and we cannot, be silent, but we should not underestimate. Sometimes I am very concerned that many of my lectures are not available. But on the other hand, I am happy because I say, Alhamdulillah, those lectures which are not available are for when I was not 40. So my lectures are now, which are available after 40.
Wisdom.
So there is no wisdom now, but at least is better than before. So we have to be careful. So it's a very serious issue, and also the last point, we should not at the same time be very negative in looking at internet or social media and think this is a satanic thing, or it's something that can be used for good purpose or bad purpose. Maybe most of people don't use it for good purpose. Or maybe we also don't use it most of the time for good purpose. But it doesn't mean that this doesn't have the capacity for good use. And I think actually this is one of the opportunities that we have. Because if you have good ideas, you need channels to reach out. And although now there are ways to bring even restrictions, not legally, but now big companies are able to get their message across, and you a person without technology or without having technicians, normally you can try, but maybe your message is not heard. So unfortunately, even democracy in internet, little by little, is disappearing. But still, we can hope that we can use this as a platform. So we should not boycott it. We should not, stop using it. We should use it, but with purpose and work together so that inshallah we can better utilize this tool. I think it's very useful tool. Okay, I stop here because I want to listen more to you. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.